Hey, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more stories like this, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this one. It started with a text that felt like a punch straight to my chest. Can't wait to see everyone tonight. Hope you don't mind if I bring a little fun along, winky face. It was from Lisa. At first, I laughed it off. We were married, yes, but she had always been the life of the party. I told myself I was being paranoid, that I was overthinking, but something in that little wink made my stomach twist. The week before the party, small things began to gnaw at me. Missed calls that she forgot to return, messages that disappeared too quickly when I walked into the room, sudden late nights at the office. I blamed myself at first. Maybe I was being clingy, maybe I was imagining it. But deep down, a shadow was growing, a quiet whisper telling me I was missing something I shouldn't. That night, the house was buzzing with laughter and music. Lisa was radiant, glowing in that black dress that hugged her perfectly. But there was something different in the way she laughed, light, careless, and unmistakably pointed. She was laughing at something, and everyone was watching her, waiting to share the joke. I leaned closer to our mutual friends, trying to catch the punchline. Nothing, just her laughter, ringing in my ears like a bell of warning. I felt a knot tighten in my chest. My hand shook slightly as I reached for my drink, pretending I wasn't unraveling inside. I had to remind myself to breathe, to focus, to not let my mind spiral into the worst-case scenario. But then I saw it. Mike, her co-worker, standing too close, whispering too intimately, and she, laughing at something he said, tilting her head in a way I hadn't seen in years. I left the party under the pretense of grabbing some air, heart hammering in my chest. I paced the driveway, trying to convince myself I was overreacting, trying to find a rational explanation. But rationality had left me when I saw them disappear into the kitchen, leaning together, sharing something that had nothing to do with me. I didn't follow. I didn't confront. I drove home instead, replaying every memory. The way she used to smile at me, the nights we stayed up talking about nothing, the quiet mornings with coffee in hand. Every little moment suddenly felt like a lie. The next day, I couldn't stop thinking about it. My phone buzzed. Another message from Lisa, casual, sweet, unaware of the storm brewing in me. I wanted to reply, to pretend nothing was wrong, but I couldn't. I had to see. I had to know the truth. That night, I went back to the party house. Music thumped from inside, muffled but lively. I opened the door slowly, and my heart sank. She was there, in the center of the living room, surrounded by friends, and she was laughing again. Laughing at me? Not at a joke, not at a story, but at the idea of leaving me. She had told everyone how easy it would be to walk away, how relieved she'd be to finally have the freedom she craved. I froze, the world narrowing down to that one horrifying realization. Every laugh, every touch, every whispered just between us moment over the past months suddenly made sense. I didn't scream. I didn't run. I just walked toward her, slow, deliberate, calm. The room fell silent as I reached her, eyes locked on hers. No words came from me at first, just a cold weight of truth in my gaze. And then I spoke quiet but sharp. It ends tonight. Her laughter died immediately, replaced with confusion, fear, a hint of regret. I saw it flash across her face. The realization that the game was over, that the years of shared smiles and whispered dreams couldn't erase the betrayal she had chosen. She opened her mouth to argue, to defend, but I didn't give her the satisfaction. I turned, left the party, and didn't look back. Walking out into the night air, I felt an odd mixture of grief and liberation. I grieved for what I had lost, for the trust and love that now felt like fragile, shattered glass. But I also felt strength, a quiet power in knowing I wouldn't stay in a life where I was laughed at, discarded, and betrayed. I replayed that night 1,000 times in my head. The memory of her laughter still stings, sharp and bitter, but it's a reminder. I chose myself. I chose dignity over deceit, honesty over illusion. And slowly, painfully, I'm learning to breathe again without fear of being betrayed. Life will never be the same. Some nights, I still feel the ache of what could have been. But I've learned something essential. Laughter at someone else's expense, especially your partner's, is the loudest confession of all, and once you hear it, you can never unhear it. So, if you ever face betrayal or even a whisper of it, don't ignore the signs. Protect your heart, trust your instincts, and never let anyone's laughter at your expense define your worth. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to my channel for more true, emotional tales of betrayal and heartbreak, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you would have handled this.